Full afternoon of baseball down in Sulphur with Northeast Louisiana squads looking to flex their muscles and the process haul some hardwood back home. How about this matchup in non-select Division 4? Mangham trying to end Oak Grove's baseball dynasty. Dragons hoping to win the school's first championship since 2013. The Tigers chasing after their fourth straight title. Earlier this season, Oak Grove beat Mangham 7-1. Of course, this time around, much more at stake. Amos Harris gets it going for the Tigers in the first. RBI single will bring in Jackson Bradley. It's 1-0 Oak Grove. But the Dragons waste no time responding. Top of the second we go. Tanner Tarver singles. Mangham has runners on first and third. They plate two on a bunt and an infield single to take the 2-1 lead. Mangham still rolling top of the third. Christian Allman, he had a huge game. Leads off with a shot to the wall to right. This will be a lead-off triple as he motors into third. Mr. Moe certainly in the Dragons' dugout at this point. After an Austin Lively squeeze bunt, Reginald Roberson reaches out and drops one into shallow left. Lively scores. Dragons go up 4-1. The Mangham fans fired up, chasing after that first title in 11 years. Bottom of the frame we go. It's the Tigers' turn. Tanner Duff drives a ground rule double over the wall. Oak Grove scores 6 in the fourth, 8 unanswered runs. They're up 10-6, and in the seventh, they're ready to finish off with a championship dog pile.
Oh, the Tigers are the champions! They did it! They won 4 in a row! Holy cow! Welcome to the Tiger fans! It's a madhouse on the field! A dog pile at first base! And the Tigers now have reached that dynasty level!
It's definitely special just to have these kids day in, day out and get to see them mature and grow. And that's one thing I told the other guy a while ago. It's not just about being good baseball players, but they'll take these lessons and these skills and they'll be great fathers, they'll be great husbands, and that's what we're looking to do at our school.